Ward 14.
Thank you, Madam
Thank you, Madam President. This closure is for a parade to happen on May 6th as part of Fair Haven Day, which is an event that used to happen in our neighborhood 15 plus years ago. We're going to back this year with events at Fair Haven School in partnership with Arts and Ideas. We're going to start with the parade that will gather our event on James Street and turn down Grand Avenue. So we're very excited about it. Urge colleagues to support. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent of item number 13 from the property manager of MWH Holdings Incorporated submitting an order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the request of the property manager of Mary Wade Holdings for a temporary closing of Grand Avenue between Clinton Avenue and Atwater Street for the 15th annual Fairhaven Parade on May 26, 2023.
Is there anyone wanting to deny? Seeing none, please vote.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order for Board 14.
Thank you, Madam President. This is for the annual Mary Wade Parade, which involves schools from across the neighborhood, a lot of public officials, organizations, another great event bringing our community together. So I hope colleagues will support this.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On communications, I note items 14 through 30. Under first readings, I note items 31 and 32. Under second readings, I move item 33, finance favorable. A, ordinance amendment to appropriating ordinance number 1 of the Board of Alders approved fiscal year 2022. Nope. 2023. Sorry, there is a typo there. Budget seeking approval for the reclassification of general fund positions within the Parks and Public Works Department.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order for Board 25.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Madam President. The Parks and Public Works Department requests approval to reclassify an existing position. For years until his recent retirement, the worker in this position performed fleet management duties beyond his original job description. To attract candidates for the open position who are qualified to perform these duties, the administration hopes to update the position title to align it with a similar position in the police department, which is Superintendent of Motor Vehicles Police. The new title in Parks and Public Works will be Superintendent of Motor Vehicles General Government. The change will be budget neutral. The Office of Management and Budget and the Chief Administrator's Office have discussed position changes with the affected agencies. The Finance Committee voted to give this change a favorable recommendation, and I ask colleagues to support the motion. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is the ordinance amendment. I'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Yes.
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 Where?
Yes.
Haywood.
Yes.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
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 Edwards, Ashland Smith, Peter,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Rocky,
Yes.
Solo,
Yes.
Pickens, Wingate,
Yes.
Yes. Is there anyone who hasn't voted wishing to vote? Is there anyone who has voted wishing to change their vote? Seeing none, the motion passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under item 33, finance favorable, I move items B through E. B, order to read and file the updated budgetary and financial reports for the month of September 2022 in compliance with Article 8, Section 5 of the Charter. C, order to read and file the updated budgetary and financial reports for the month of October 2022 in compliance with Article 8, Section 5 of the Charter. D, order to read and file the updated budget and financial reports for the month of November 2022 in compliance with Article 8, Section 5 of the Charter. And E, order to read and file the updated budgetary and financial reports for the month of December 2022 in compliance with Article 8, Section 5 of the Charter.
Second.
The items have been moved and seconded. Discussion on reading file only after. Seeing none, all in favor of reading and filing items, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The items have been filed. Please vote.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 34, finance leave to withdraw order of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven authorizing the execution of the agreement with Honeywell Building Solutions for the period of July 1, 2022 to June 30, 2023.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion on reading withdraw only after order number 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The Board of Education requests that this item be given leave to withdraw. Honeywell has not delivered all the services required by contract. The Chief Financial Officer wishes to look further into this matter before considering moving forward with Honeywell or some other vendor. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the reading withdraw only? Seeing none, all in favor of reading this item, withdraw, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item is withdrawn. Please vote.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 35A, joint legislation tax abatement favorable. A, ordinance amending the New Haven Code of Ordinances for the purpose of, 1, classifying the affordable housing component of the Winchester Green project as a property used for housing solely for low or moderate income persons or families. 2, providing an abatement of real estate taxes for the affordable housing component of the Winchester Green project. And 3, authorizing the mayor to enter into a tax abatement agreement with the owner of the affordable units component of the Winchester Green projects in accordance with Connecticut General Statute, Section 8-215, City of New Haven Charter, Title I, Article 4, Section 6 of the City of New Haven Code of General Ordinances, Section 28-4.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, February 7th, the Joint Legislation and Tax Abatement Committee met, and we would like to favorably recommend this item. This application from Winchester will enable 57 affordable residential apartments to be constructed at Winchester Green in Science Park. This is 20% of the total residential apartments. The tax abatement will allow the transformation of underutilized surface parking lot into a ground-up mixed-use building that would include a little over 200 residential apartments, and there's also several thousand square feet of community focused retail space, and also space for other amenities, game room, a gym, in addition to a private courtyard, lounge area, etc. And the apartments will range in size from studios to 3 bedrooms. This project will create hundreds of construction jobs and provide much needed affordable housing, better connect Science Park with the New Hall and Dixwell neighborhoods, and generate additional tax revenue for the City of New Haven. The affordable units will be restricted to residents earning an average median income of 50%. All residents will have access to landscape courtyard and full amenities, as I previously mentioned, and the affordable residents will also have the same finished standards as the other units in the project. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to support this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. Unfortunately, there's one item in this ordinance that I cannot support, which is unfortunate because I'm going to have to vote no on the entire ordinance, and that part is I cannot support the 17-year tax abatement in this ordinance. While I appreciate and support the affordable housing component, I cannot support the $450 per unit with a 3% per year increase until the criteria is established and policies are imposed as to where these amounts come from. And when asked the question, where do they come from, no one can answer. There's no equation, nothing. So until we get those answers, I cannot support these abatements. And our taxpayers deserve better, particularly since we live in a city with only 40% or 60% of our property being tax exempt. And there's no guarantee too that this housing will go to New Haven families and residents. So because of that, because of the abatements, I cannot support this ordinance. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on orders from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in favor of this item. We heard about the changes proposed both before the City Planning Commission and before the Joint Committee. It was a very strong presentation. I want to call colleagues' attention to the additional application for affordable units at Winchester Green, which was made available to us. It's quite a read, and it lays out the rationale for why the tax treatment that is before us this evening was agreed upon for this project. There are many reasons why this kind of city participation in the project is important. One, because we're dealing with a site that is going to need a lot of work and is going to need a lot of investment. This is a former industrial site, it's a brownfield. This is not the only source of support for remediating the site, but it's part of the picture. The other thing I would say, Madam President, is that we are getting a significant number of very affordable units. And this is a question that comes before us a lot on the Board of Alders. What should the city's contribution or support for a project be? And we don't want to give a blank check. We want to get something in return for the residents of New Haven. And in this case, we're getting something very substantial, which is units at a very significant level of affordability. That is something that's high up on our list of priorities, policies that we want to pursue in the city, providing more opportunities for affordable housing. And finally, I would just say that folks who've been able to see this area over the years are seeing a slow but sure and steady transformation from a former empty industrial site to a busy area with a mixture of residences and business uses and retail uses. And this project is going to contribute significantly to the transition from a former no man's land, so to speak, to an area that's vibrant and full of activity. And we're going to see in that area, with this and other projects, many more people living in that area, doing business in that area, working in that area, and I think it's going to contribute significantly to the local neighborhood. And so for these reasons, I encourage colleagues to vote yes on this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? I call on order from Ward 22.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in support of this item. When it comes to affordable housing, we as a board have a responsibility, and as a city, we have a responsibility to do our part when it comes to housing. Housing is one of the biggest issues countrywide. And if, we have developers that are private now, we no longer have public funds that go into ensuring that we have affordable housing across the bill. And so it's very important that legislatively we do our part. And doing our part is ensuring that we use our tax dollars in a way that's going to help all people. Right now, we might be in positions that we don't need affordable housing, but we never know where we could end up. And so it's very important that we make sure that we understand that affordable housing is a part of our legislative agenda. And if there's anything we can do as a full board to make sure that that agenda is held to its highest peak. This is one of the ways that we do it, through our votes, through a yes vote for this project. So thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is the ordinance amendment, I will have it to be
Nick,
Yes.
Douglas, Bird, Rodriguez,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Kukrow, Rivera, Festa,
No.
Woodward,
Yes.
Santana,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Santiago,
Yes.
Besto, Anjo,
Yes.
Cola,
Yes.
Edwards, Absalom Smith, Streeter,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Almeyer,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Burrow,
Yes.
Fishman, Wingate,
Yes.
Yes. Is there anyone who hasn't voted wish to vote? Is there anyone who has voted wish to change their vote? Seeing none, the item passed. Mrs. Bruce.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under joint legislation tax abatement favorable, I move item 35B, zoning ordinance tax amendment and zoning ordinance map amendment, approving expansion of Science Park Plan Development District number 49 to include parcels of land known as 88 Winston Street, map 257, block 0356, parcel 02600, 110 Munson Street, map 257, block 0356, parcel 02700, and 116 Munson Street, map 257, block 0356, parcel 02500, collectively new parcel M, amendment of the general plans for portions of existing parcel L and parcel B, dimensionally, parking, loading, and other deviations from the requirement of PDD number 49, the IH zone, and the BA zone for new parcel M, and for existing parcels B, C, and L, and uses for new parcel M, and additional uses for existing parcels B and C.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. I make a motion to amend the zoning text amendment by substituting Appendix 7 with the revised Appendix 7, the zoning ordinance text amendment submitted before the Board of Alders tonight.
Second.
The amendment has been moved in second discussion on amendment only. Call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. This amendment makes small changes and removes reference to approval of the zoning text amendments being based on compliance with the State Historic Preservation Office letter. Connecticut law does not allow conditions to be attached to zoning changes. However, it does not change the intent as compliance with the State Historic Preservation Office letter will be included in a companion resolution and voted on separately by this board tonight, because compliance with the letter is not related to the zoning text amendment specifically. It cannot be included in this amendment. However, it can be codified in its own separate companion resolution. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to approve this amendment to resolve this procedural issue. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on amendment only? Seeing none, all in favor of the amendment, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The amendment is passed. We're now back to the item as amended. I will now call on order for Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, February 27th, the committees met and we would like to favorably recommend this item. The purpose of these proposed amendments to PDD number 49 is to encourage mixed-use office, lab, residential, and retail development in Science Park. This purpose will be accomplished by adding parcel M to this PDD. Currently, parcel M is an underutilized parking lot located across Munson Street from the Winchester Works Lab building. The requested amendments will accomplish the following. One, provide for the same types of new economy, business, office, lab, residential, and retail uses on parcel 1, which are permitted on parcel L. 2, change zoning of parcel 1, currently zoned business A district, BA, which does not permit lab use. 3, allow for the demolition of contaminated and deteriorated buildings in the eastern courtyard on 275 Winchester Avenue to allow for a new development on this site. And 4, extend the uses permitted in parcel L to parcel B, parcel C, parcel N, including residential use. So these amendments will build on the successes and development on parcels D, G, J, and L by creating new land for new mixed-use development. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to support this item as amended. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. My comments on the previous item also, many of them are relevant to this item, so I won't repeat those comments. But I will just note that during the hearing process with both the State Planning Commission and the Joint Committee, I raised concerns about proximity of a potential lab structure that could be built right next to a house where the two property lines would be, the same line dividing two properties. And I had concerns that the scope and scale of the lab building that would be permitted under this zoning text amendment would be inappropriate. Had to have such a huge building next to a house with hardly any yard between them. I was contemplating making an amendment, but I decided not to because I was persuaded by the argument of the applicant and the reminder from the applicant that we're talking tonight about a general plan, an amendment to the general plan to the PDD. But once the applicant is ready to present more specific plans, that will have to go to the City Planning Commission. And so there will be another bite of the apple, as it were, to deal with that question that I had about density and size next to a house. And so that's something that I'm sure we'll discuss at the City Planning Commission. And I'm satisfied that we'll have an opportunity to address that appropriately then. And as a result, I'm concerned with situation, and I stand in full support of the item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is a zoning ordinance. We'll have the city clerk take the roll.
Yes.
Douglas. Burke. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Singh.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Hooper. Ware. Tessa.
Yes.
Haywood. Andrew.
Yes.
Santana.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Zaniaga.
Yes.
Russell. Hunter.
Yes.
Fuller.
Yes.
Edwards. Maxwell Smith. Peter.
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes.
Meyer.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Upjohn.
Yes.
Joaquin.
Yes.
Furlong.
Yes.
Strickland. Wendy.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anyone who has voted wish to vote? Is there anyone who has voted wish to change their vote? Seeing none, the item passed. Mr. Majority.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the companion resolution to PDD 49.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, once again, February 7th, the Joint Legislation Tax Abatement Committee met, and subsequently it was clarified that it was clear to separate out the non-zoning portion from the zoning with the companion resolution, which is before you on your desk tonight. This resolution resolves the procedural issue with the zoning text amendment for PDD number 49, while requiring the petitioner to comply with the State Historic Preservation Office letter and recommending city plan make compliance with the same letter a condition of its site plan approval. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to support this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Mr. Majority.
Thank you, Madam President. Just finding my place once again. So I believe we're under miscellaneous. We're going to get to miscellaneous very soon. But right now we are at item 36. So I move item 36, Joint Community Development, Health and Human Services favorable. Order the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor or controller of the city of New Haven to apply for and accept a grant award from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, Home Investment Partnerships Program, American Rescue Plan, Home, ARP, funding in the amount of $4,852,875 for the period of September 20, 2021 through September 30, 2030, and to meet the housing and service needs of New Haven's homeless population by creating affordable housing or non-congregant shelter units or supportive services.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded for discussion. I call on order from Ward one.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to amend the item. The amendment, you can find on your desk. Thank you, Madam President.
Second.
The amendment has been moved and seconded for discussion on the amendment only. I call on order from Ward one.
Thank you, Madam President. This amendment requests an advisory committee to be put in place to oversee the implementation of the plan, and also reallocates $1 million to developing non-congregate shelters from the originally allocated $4 million for development for rental housing. This amendment will help make strides in creating more shelter beds, specifically in a non-congregate shelter setting, which we've heard there's a dire need for, among other things. Non-congregate shelter provides more privacy to unhoused individuals while also helping reduce transmission of diseases and illnesses such as COVID-19, while also making it easier for wraparound supportive services to be provided to those in those beds. Furthermore, the amendment provides an additional oversight mechanism to the establishment of an advisory committee composed of representatives from the Board of Alders, city, and local advocacy groups. This will help guide the plan's implementation and success. So I urge colleagues to support this amendment. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the amendment only? I call on order from Ward seven.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand in support of this amendment, and I want to thank my colleagues, members of the Health and Human Services Committee, particularly Chair and Vice Chair, for working on this amendment. I think we heard a lot of testimony at the Health and Human Services Committee a couple weeks ago about the need for more shelter beds in the city, particularly because with the closure of the ECMS site and the need to spread out some of the shelter spaces that we have existing. I think we're down about 100 shelter beds from where we were before the pandemic. So being able to put $1 million of this funding towards creating non-congregate shelter beds will provide more places for folks who are struggling with housing instability to have a warm and private place to stay at night, which is incredibly important. So I urge my colleagues to join me in support of that.
Any further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, all in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ms. Tenji, we're now back to the item as amended, and I will call on order for Ward 26.
Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, February 15, 2023, the Joint Community Development, Health and Human Services Committee met and favorably recommended applying and accepting these funds from the U.S. Department of HUD appropriated one-time home ARPA funding in the amount of over $4.8 million to help communities provide housing, non-congregate shelter, and services for people experiencing homelessness. The hearing was a display of what democracy truly looks like, and this committee had several questions which were submitted and forwarded to city staff, which were quickly responded by the city staff on that Friday. The questions were answered with great detail and have been circulated to everyone on the board, and we look forward to your support on this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 37, joint community development and legislation favorable. A, New Haven zoning ordinance text amendment to add section 12.1 RS-3 special heritage mixed use zoning district to the text of the New Haven zoning ordinance as a new zoning district.
Second.
The item has been moved and second discussion. I call on order from Ward 6.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the amendment by substitution. Thank you, Madam President.
Second.
The amendment has been moved and second discussion on the amendment only. I call on order from Ward 6.
Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, February 15th, the Joint Committee Development and Legislation Committee met and we
On the
favorably.
amendment only.
Madam President.
It's fine if you don't have discussion on the amendment. It's fine. Any further discussion on the amendment? I call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. The amendment by substitution, colleagues would find that also on their desk for reference. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the amendment only? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item is now amended. I call on order from Ward 6.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Majority Leader. Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, February 15th, 2023, the Joint Community Development Legislation Committee met and we favorably recommend this item and ask for your support. This new district exists for the protection of areas of large size that have historically been used to support single-family dwellings and agricultural uses, and that are now being developed to combine single-family dwellings, agricultural uses, historic preservation, and limited hospitality uses, as well to further the support and rehabilitation, restoration, and/or adaptive reuse of historic residential and accessory structures. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is a zoning ordinance. We will have the city council clerk take the roll.
Yes.
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 Haywood. Andrews. Yes. McCann.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Santiago. Yes. Russell. Longo.
Yes.
Cola. Yes. Edwards. Ashland Smith. Peter.
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes.
Meyer.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
LaShawn.
Yes.
Joaquin.
Yes.
Roloff.
Yes.
Strickland. Wingate.
Yes.
Yes. Is there anyone who has a vote wishing to vote? Is there anyone who has a vote wishing to change their vote? Seeing none, the item passes. Mr. Brody.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing the Joint Committee Development Legislation, I move item 37B favorable. Petition to amend the New Haven zoning map number 13, to change the designation of approximately 26.56, more or less acres of land located at 701 Townsend Avenue, 709 Townsend Avenue, 725 Townsend Avenue, 745 Townsend Avenue, including MBP 024/0920/0270, MPB 024/0920/20800, MBP 024/0920/20290, MBP 024/0920/03000, and MBP 024/0920/2027001 from RS2 General Single Family to RS3 Special Heritage Mixed Use Zoning District Classification.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Call on order from Ward 6.
Thank you, you, Madam President. Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, February 15th, the Joint Community Development Legislation Committee met and we favorably recommend this item, which is in relation to the prior item, in order to create a mixed-use neighborhood. The proposed RS-3 district map amendment will include many of the uses permitted in the RS2 district and will introduce uses that integrate the district into the neighborhood and will facilitate its development and enhance its function. This item had extensive public testimonies. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is a zoning map change, will have the city councilor take the roll.
Tuesday,
Yes.
Douglas, Burke, Rodriguez,
Yes.
Singh,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Hooper, Ferrer, Testa,
Yes.
Haywood, Andrews,
Yes.
Santana,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Santiago,
Yes.
Rexbro, Hunter,
Yes.
Cola, yes, Edwards, Maxwell Smith, Reader,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Albemarle,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Joaquin,
Yes.
Gorilla,
Yes.
Bickler, Wingate,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Is there anyone who has no wish to vote? Is there anyone who has no wish to change their vote? Seeing none, the item passes with vote.
Thank you, Madam President. Under miscellaneous, I moved item 38, motion to amend. From Alder Crespo, submitting motion to amend LM-2020-0145 in order of the Board of Alders previously adopted on March 4, 2022, extended the period to pay date for Nashima A. Robinson on a motor vehicle tax account numbers 95518, 90483, and 93202. Extended the period to pay the taxes to June 8, 2023.
Second.
The item has moved in second discussion. I call on order from Board 15.
Thank you, Madam President. They just given Ms. Robinson a little more time to have the money to pay her taxes. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes with vote.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item number 39, motion to discharge from the Chair of the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee, submitting a motion to discharge the committee from consideration of the following item and to take it up for immediate action. LM-2023-0093, resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor to apply for and accept funding from the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development, DECD, under the Connecticut Communities Challenge Grant for the State Street Corridor improvements.
Second.
The item has moved in second discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order from Board 10.
Thank you, Madam President. We're asking that this item be discharged due to the time sensitivity of receiving these millions of dollars in funds. And so we ask your support to discharge this item. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge? Seeing none, all in favor of discharging the item, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item is discharged.
I move the item, Madam President.
Second.
The item has moved in second discussion. I call on order from Board 10.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, March 2nd, 2023, the City Services and Environmental Policy met to take care of this item. This resolution authorizes the mayor to apply for and accept funding from the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development, DECD, under the Connecticut Communities Challenge Grant for the State Street Corridor improvements. Once received, the city intends to engage on an exciting process to rethink and reformulate the State Street Corridor, including adding at least 200 units of housing and making the area much more pedestrian-friendly and bikeable. The committee appreciated the vision-forward nature of this request, as did the public who testified. The amount of the grant is $5,355,840 with a city contribution of $1,338,960, with the total project cost of being $7,350,000. For this reason, we ask your support, this group to support it, and thank you, Madam President.
So now call on order from board second.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in support of this item. The improvements that will be made to the State Street corridor with this grant funding are really going to be pretty transformative for this part of the city. We're going to be able to sort of knit downtown, Worcester Square, and the Hill, and East Rock together, which all sort of converge around this location, which this corridor I share with my colleague from Ward 6. We've been working very hard with the community. This grant comes out of many years of planning through the Worcester Square planning study that sort of thought about what we could turn State Street into. And one thing I think is important to note is that we're not turning State Street necessarily into something new, but actually going back to the past, because State Street used to be a sort of bustling urban corridor with businesses and shops and housing on both sides of the street. And since it was changed many years ago, it is now sort of high speed and there's not much but parking lots on the eastern side. And so after this redevelopment happens, it'll be much safer for people who are driving, walking, biking, taking the bus, etc. There also is going to be a whole bunch of new land that can be opened up for development, as the chair of CSEP said. There'll be at least 200 units of housing. I think we hope maybe that could be more. One thing I want to note is a bunch of this land is city-owned land, and under our inclusionary zoning ordinance, at least 20% of that housing that gets built on that city-owned land will be affordable. And I think we're going to hope to push even beyond that because we want to make sure this is accessible to everybody across our city. So very excited about this project and grateful to colleagues for their support, as well as the state, the DECP, our economic development department here for working on this and pushing forward. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to suspend section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
Second.
Item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I ask UC and item number 40 from Alder Lacola submitting an order of the New Haven Board of Alders designating Church and Chapel Street be named John C. O'Donovan Way from March 12, 2023, the day of the New Haven St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I ask UC and items number 41 and 42, order concerning real property taxes of Joseph Borelli on motor vehicle tax accounts 55231, 55263, 55264, 81512, and 81184. 42, order concerning real property taxes of Arcadio Negron on motor vehicle tax accounts 86555, 86001, and 86554.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none.
I move these items.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Call on order from board.
Thank you, Madam President. Again, these are people that need help with interest so they can pay their taxes, and we'll be bringing in $800. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Under communications, I note item number 43. I move the close suspension of section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I will take points of personal privilege. And before I do that, I would like to ask everyone to please continue to keep Alder Douglas and his family in your thoughts and your prayers. We all know losing somebody is really hard. Everybody's there when it first happened, the day of the service, and maybe the day after. But long after, he's going to need our support. And as a board, that is something that I encourage everyone to please do. And now I will call on the personal privilege. I will call on order from Ward 29.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to give my majority leader props on tonight. Please give her a round of applause. Those that don't know, he was playing the point guard, he was playing the center. He made some jump shots, some threes. He did everything. I just want to give you props, brother. And on another note, over the last month, we lost some of our dear colleagues at Young University, local 35 members. Notably, Alan Clark, Marvin Robinson, Mary Green, and I believe Connie Ellis and others. Please stand with me for a moment, sir. Thank you so much.
I will now call on order from Ward 26.
Thank you, Madam President. Today, I would like to announce I've published a book. So outside of Aldering, I'm a historian, I'm a teacher, and so as we know, over the past few years, we've noticed an attack on educators, in particular, history teachers in states like Texas and Florida, where they're criminalizing teachers for teaching from something called the 1619 Project, which was published by the New York Times in 2019. I encourage folks to look into that. Either way, I was really inspired to raise something that I realized in my own classroom hadn't really been talked about, which was 19 Black Americans who ran for Congress after the Civil War. Many of them were former slaves, well, they were enslaved, and individuals who were also free people. They were mostly educators, preachers, business people who, through all of the obstacles that America brought during that time period, pushed through in order to be a part of the Reconstruction era. So the book is entitled The Almost Forgotten, America's First Black American Congressman, the Reconstruction Period and the Dawn of the Black Political Age. The intention of publishing this book was really to try to get it into the hands of young people. So I really, for those that know some young people that really need to reconnect to the history that I believe is American history and was intentionally taken out of history books and the story of Black Americans since arriving on the shores in 1619 on a boat called the White Lion. Often we hear about the Mayflower, but the White Lion was a boat that had 20 to 30 enslaved individuals kidnapped from the shores of West Africa, who landed in Jamestown and have gone unnamed and unnoticed. This is the legacy of those folks, and if you are so inclined to connect with me a little later, in particular, to try to get this into the hands of young people, I greatly appreciate that. A portion of the proceeds will be going to an educational foundation through the Eta Alpha Lambda chapter of Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and it's my hope to try to really spread the message of folks who are almost forgotten. Thank you.
I will now call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand to invite colleagues and members of the public to the first two of our many public meetings on the mayor's proposed budget for fiscal year 2023-24. Next Monday, March 13th, we will begin with an overview from management and budget and an update on our grand list from the assessor. On Thursday, March 16th, we will have our first of 3 public hearings on the budget, followed by the first group of departmental presentations. This year, all our Finance Committee meetings on the budget will take place in these chambers and will begin at 6 p.m. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order from Ward 22.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise to inform everyone that the month of March is HBCU Awareness Month, historically Black colleges and universities. And for the last, this being the 6th year, the Black and Hispanic Caucus has taken on HBCU Awareness Month to ensure that residents and children of the city of New Haven are aware. So we've been in partnership with the New Haven Free Public Libraries, and on your desk, each one of you received a flyer that speaks to the film series, Tell Them We Are Rising, which is a documentary that gives the background and history of HBCUs. And so throughout the month of March and a couple of days in April, this film will be seen in the 5 different library branches throughout our city. We also, this year, since we have our Q House building in place, we're going to have a citywide HBCU screening of the same movie, Tell Them We Are Rising, on Friday, March 24th at 5 o'clock at the Q House. And along with this screening, we'll also have a discussion regarding HBCUs, because young people need to know HBCUs are another option for college. A lot of times people try to downplay, a person going to an HBCU, and HBCUs are, they're very important. I'm a product of New Haven Public Schools and an HBCU, and I feel like I've done okay. And so our other children will do okay. So please make sure that you tell your constituents. Our office will electronically send you the flyers also, so you can send them out, because we really would like to see our young people go to these events, either in the library throughout the month or come to the citywide event on Friday, March 24th at the Q House. Thank you very much.
I will now call on order from Board 18.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to remind everybody, we have a workshop on the charter this Thursday at 6 p.m. Just want to remind everybody who wants to attend. Thank you.
I will now call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. Since our previous colleague, Alder Winter, is not here, I just want everyone to join me in wishing a very happy birthday to Alder Gerald Antunes. Birthday.
I make the motion to adjourn.
Second. The motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Can I please see orders from Ward 13, Ward 6, at the podium, please?